35M. Wife, 34F. Broker promised not to cheat again. We have been married 10 years and have a 7-year-old daughter together. I found out 5 years ago that she cheated from a friend and I decided to stay under the condition we attend marriage counseling. I thought things were going better until now. I noticed on the computer we share that she has been sneaking around meeting a 20-year-old guy, could be younger, when she told me she was going for ladies' night. I'm truly heartbroken. What do I do to fix this because marriage counseling doesn't seem to work now? Nothing. You gave it a shot. Either you stay knowing she is cheating on you or you split up and demand some respect. Be smart. Save all this info on the affair and show it to a lawyer. I'm sorry, but you don't fix it. You get a divorce and you find a way to share time with the child. That woman does not respect you or wants to be with you and makes that obvious by cheating on you. Marriage counseling doesn't make someone no longer be a cheater. What you do now is pretend that nothing is different. Stop having sex with her. Tell her you have jock itch and have to wait for it to clear, or whatever makes sense, and get a 10-panel STD test. The one that includes herpes, because they won't test for it unless you insist. Start collecting proof. Retain a lawyer and listen to them. Trust them. They are more your friend than she is. Document everything. Good luck. Hugs. P.S. I'm a gal. Do not let her get away with this. Don't let her teach your daughter to not respect the man she is supposed to love. You cheated on me? When I specifically asked you not to. Don't be a doormat. Lawyer. 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 Assumption is the mother of all fuck-ups. My 31 female, BF 30 male. Convinces himself he's bought me things that I bought with my own money. Been dating this guy for just over a year and he's really nice and we get on well. Before we started dating he seemed to flaunt his high-paid job and bought me expensive gifts like a soup maker and printer, just because we'd briefly talked about them at some point. It felt like love bombing, so I thanked him but also mentioned that they were a bit much and I'd like to spend time together instead of have large gifts. So he didn't buy me any more and we started dating. Our dates were based on enjoying each other's company instead. This was perfect. We split dates 50-50, taking in turns to go up and get drinks and splitting food, and occasionally treated each other to small things over the past year. This was all great. However, over the past year he keeps bringing up times he got me gifts in the past, which wouldn't be too bad, but a lot of the stuff he remembers getting me, he never did. For example, we were watching something and a girl said, "I feel I owe the guy sex if he pays for our dates." My boyfriend made the comment, "Oh, I hope you didn't feel that way when I was paying for all of our dates for the first 6 months." This confused the heck out of me, because our dates were always 50-50s. Also, we only went to cheap pubs because neither of us like restaurants. I mentioned a video game that I was really excited for and remember going to the store and purchasing on the date it came out. It came with a free gift. He said, "Oh yeah, I remember buying you that." And I argued that he didn't buy it me. He said, "I definitely did." I had to show him the free gift, which he didn't remember, and get up on Google that the game came with the gift, before he would believe me. We went skiing, which he booked but I sent him half the money for. He keeps bringing up the time he took me skiing, and is insistent that he paid for it all. The final thing that I found weird as heck is, he made a comment in front of my brother. We were talking again about a video game that we are playing through together. He's got his own file as well. This one's just for fun, where he does the missions and I spend the in-game money on dumb stuff like hats. He made the comment that, "It's just like real life. I make all the money and she spends it all." And I have no idea where this came from. We both work full-time, we don't combine finances, we don't live together, and I hate shopping and barely buy myself anything. He buys himself loads of things all the time, and I don't care at all. I have never touched his money. I really like him, but this is getting more and more frequent. Also, when I got him an anniversary present he acted really upset because he didn't get me anything. Even though I never wanted anything, he said he would cook for me but didn't. It seems like his materialism is a extreme and he bases too much worth in physical possessions. To the point where he's convincing himself he's buying me things that I bought myself. How can we address this? TL. Doctor. My BF convinces himself he's buying me things I bought myself, and that I am spending his money, even though I barely buy anything and use my own money when I do. You should be very careful with this. Either he's remembering wrong, which is concerning and should be addressed with a sit-down talk, or he's deliberately gaslighting you. The point of gaslighting is to establish a false reality by denying facts with such conviction that you start questioning your own memories. If he's in fact trying to establish a false reality about how he's such a big strong man that provides for you, then chances are he's an abusive narcissist, who's still in the honeymoon phase. If he's only remembering the past wrong in the case of finances, then he's definitely gaslighting you, and you have been correct about the love bombing. You have a big problem. He's building himself up as a macho he-man for others as well as himself. And he's probably trying to gaslight you into thinking you should be so grateful to him. He's 30, not 13. And this has happened in a little over a year? Ask him point blank why he's doing this? Be prepared for denial, claims of, "I was just joking," and accusations against you. If he does any of those, cut your losses and him. You realize he doesn't respect you, right? If you're going to stay in this relationship, which I do not recommend, start keeping receipts for literally everything, then be prepared to do so for the rest of your life. Honestly, he sounds unbearable. Why is the bar so low for you that you'd continue to date a liar? Just checking. Is he never wrong? Does he view himself as the smartest person in the room? Things a narcissist would think. All good things come from me. I worked with a guy like this. Just check his behavior. My husband is enraged after finding out the cost of my therapy with a psychiatrist. I let it slip that I pay $700 a month for twice-a-week therapy sessions to monitor my condition and adjusting my medication dosage to control a debilitating mental illness I have that had a terrible affect on my life in the past, including arrests, involuntary hospitalization and other consequences on my social life, losing jobs, friends and gaining a reputation that prevented me from getting new employment. He had never seen me getting psychotic because I fortunately met him after I finally got my treatment in order. I am 35. My sessions are with a Russian doctor I was working with since I was 20 via Skype. Nowadays, since I moved to US at 24, my meds are prescribed by a local physician. When my husband found out the monthly price of my therapy, he got very angry and said I was getting scammed. I intend to keep paying and wonder if it would be a wrong thing to do and whether he is correct in his reaction. My illness is usually manifested at its worst in mid-20s, and being 35 makes it less effective concerning psychotic episodes. I pay $200 a session to see my psych, which is the amount mandated by the College of Psychologists where I live. If I could afford to see her more, I absolutely would. I think it's wonderful you are getting the help you need, that makes you feel safe and secure. You could try weaning down visits and see how you do, but only do so if it's what you think is best for you. More damaging is a psychotic attack on the family economy, apart from the stigma it brings in society. In a psychotic attack, you can inadvertently harm yourself or someone else. Continue with your psychiatrist. It is difficult to find one that suits you. And if you can show him your medical history before seeing this doctor so that your husband understands. I'm curious how you have maintained this prescription for 11 years with a Russian doctor? Based solely on the context you provide, I think finding out my supposedly mentally ill wife, who has never displayed symptoms, is sending $700 a month to some doctor for internet sessions, would really raise some alarm bells. The cost savings of not getting arrested and adding to your police record, of hospital costs, of lost income from lost jobs, of not being able to get new employment would make a good cost-benefit business case to spend that much. If your husband's negative reaction is more based on seeing this Russian doctor rather than the actual therapy cost, then that's another issue. It seems to me that $700 per month for 8 sessions, twice a week for 4 weeks, to make it $87.50 a session is very reasonable. If you are getting better and developing tools to be able to be mentally healthy on your own, then it would seem to be worth it. $88 per session isn't crazy. That's very reasonable actually. You can try to cut it down to once a week to see how you do if that is possible. If his issue is the money, he probably sees the big 700 number and not what it costs per session. Which normal is $200 per session. If his issue is with talking to a Russian, that's something else. You are not getting scammed if you are getting your medication legally though. If this is illegal, you should find someone else and let him cry about the new cost. Dude, it's awesome that you have support that works for you. It sounds like your husband doesn't understand the seriousness of your condition. I think with some education he may see what an essential expense this is. Boyfriend doesn't feel like he should treat me kindly. Me, 22F, and my boyfriend, 22M, have been dating for 8 years. Recently we have been arguing a lot and I decided to have a talk with him about how I have been feeling. He expressed to me that he is upset that we have not been intimate as much as we used to, and I told him it was due to how he treats me emotionally. I said I have a hard time feeling that attraction when he treats me so poorly. He then told me that he doesn't feel that he can treat me kindly and with respect until I start being intimate with him again. I tried to explain to him that I think kindness should come first, but he disagrees. He says that, for men, being intimate is 50% of a relationship, so if we aren't being intimate he can't treat me right. I feel that intimacy should be because of an emotional attraction. I told him he treats his friends with kindness and obviously doesn't expect any of that from them, but he said it's different. I just don't think being kind to your girlfriend should come with a price, and he has made me feel like that's all I'm good for. Edit. I'm adding this for clarification. Does he treat me poorly 24/7? No. But he is unwilling to solve any problems that I have unless I fix his because he basically says sex leads to intimacy, which leads to being kinder and nicer. Also this is a new problem we're having. That's why I'm very surprised and confused by it. What do I do? I could really use some advice on the situation. Be as brutally honest as you'd like. Your boyfriend sucks. Think it's time for you to be single. He thinks you are only good for sexual gratification, and not worthy of basic human decency. Don't put up with it, please. Do you want to know why you're having issues? It's because you outgrew the high school man-child and he is trying to keep you from noticing that you deserve better. Be as brutally honest as you'd like. If he's only kind to women he's actively fucking, then he's a loser and a misogynist. I'm a man, and he's lying to you. We do not lose our empathy and kindness just because we can't get our dick wet for whatever reason. It's not different and you are right. You should not have to buy affection, kindness, and respect with your body. He should just want to treat you right. And he really doesn't. You deserve better op. You should be with someone who cherishes you. So his feelings for you, and his good behavior, are conditional to you giving him sex. Is this how you want your life to go? Don't you deserve better? Also, you've dated since you were 14. It sounds like you are growing up, but he isn't. So he needs sex to be kind to you? Tell him to download Tinder and toss him. Sounds like ex-boyfriend material to me. Like he basically admitted to you that he only sees you as a sexual outlet and not a human being that he should love and care for. You're super young, you have all the time in the world to find really love. I would personally dump his butt and find someone who wants you for you and not just your body.